What if they don't suck? What if you are exceptional? Here's the thing, we normalize what and who we are. You get to thinking, this shouldn't be so complicated. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. If I can figure out that it can be done this way, then you should be able to figure it out. Why can't you see it this way? It's so simple. But here's the thing, it's so simple for you. It's not for them. That is what makes you exceptional. Now, I have struggled and thought that I was unorganized and thought this or that about myself, thought that I just needed to work harder, that I just needed to be more disciplined. But then I realized I left this job and it took 3 people to hire me. I left this job and it took 2 people to refill my place. I left this job and it took 5 people. It wasn't that I wasn't doing a good job. It's that I was putting that much pressure on myself. These ideas that you have, they are exceptional. It might not be a fully formed idea of what your dream practice is, but you know what it isn't. It might not seem like that novel of an idea to simply be a great practitioner and bring the information you've learned back to your communities. That may not seem that crazy to you. And then not just try to act like you're still in wherever you were for school, but to like come back and be a member of your community. That may not seem that crazy to you. Or it might be the other end of the spectrum where it seems absolutely batshit nuts. Like, I can't do that. But your idea is worth doing. Your idea is worth investing in. You are worth doing. The dreams that you have for your patients, they are worth bringing into being. They are looking for you. They are waiting for you. I waited 15 years for the first doctor that actually helped me when I was ill, when I was young. Do you know how many doctors a person goes to? Do you know how many not great pieces of, or not complete pieces of advice, recommendations people get? It's not that that doctor sucks, but they're not you. They're not you doing it your way. Now, this might be your way developing your own practice. This might be your own way in the system you're in. Right now, I know a lot of these rural communities, the larger hospital systems are buying up, or corporate systems of one or another are buying up some of the smaller practices and taking on some of the administrative things for you. That's great. But that doesn't mean that you have to do it like they do it. Yes, there are systems there that can support you, and there are things that you learn that are important to them. And in that, in doing it their way, right? There's certain things that you got to do their way. There's systems that can support you. There's structures there. And within that, you get to do it your way. This is just the way it is. But does it have to be? It doesn't have to be. And you are the ones that see it differently. You are the ones that have this idea of what it could look like, what it could be. Yes, my first level program is, I believe it's 5,200 right now. And for some of you in these small communities, that sounds like a ton. And it is worth every penny. And is what it does for you, what it does for your business, I question that number not a bit. You're going to realize once you do this, yes, there's a financial outcome, but the confidence, the clarity, the yes, I can do this, the comfort, the fun that you get to do this with, this does not need to be a heavy and stressful leadership thing. Leadership gets to be fulfilling. Practicing medicine the compassionate way that you want to practice, the practice that you want to develop, like I said, whether it's within a system or it's on your own, you doing that, is worth every penny. Yes, there's a financial outcome that it blows your mind to do it this way every time. Every time. And I can say that over many, many practices and multi-millions of dollars now and over 20 plus years now. And this is leadership in your personal life. This is in your hobbies. This is your dreams coming true. This is your professional career. This is your relationships with your colleagues, with your staff, with your patients. But here's where this number seems huge, is that you don't believe you and your idea are worth it. And every time I hear one of you balk at that, every time I hear one of you say that, or imagine you thinking that, every time someone's come to me, you are the ones with the most brilliant, worthy ideas. Well, yeah, but I can't do that because, and you have these beliefs that people have told you along the way, that you've agreed with people along the way, right? You are so incredible, but you've normalized that. You have made your standard, your abilities, your exceptionalness normal. And yes, it is. And it's absolutely what people are looking for. You can do this. You know you can. But your belief got shattered along the way. I can help you get that back. Help you see it clearly. Be confident. Be deeply comfortable with all of who you are. Realize that that thing that you think is holding you back is actually the thing that you must do and own and understand. And yes, this is who I am. That thing that you think that you can't have your own practice, that you can't do it your way, that I could, but maybe somewhere else. I can't do this in a small town. I can't do this because that's the thing. Then you have to do that. The second you say I can't because, that is the thing you must do. I don't care if that means wearing the thing, calling the person, going the place. Oh, I can't do that. Because here's why. It's going to bring up all of the stories and all of the agreements and all of these ideas and understandings and saying yes to other people's insecurities and priorities and their values along the way, their dreams along the way. Maybe their dream was to fit in with this crowd that you have no clue about, but they told you something. And here's the thing. It's not the blatant ones, right? Like we can filter those out. They don't bother us. We're like, yeah, she's crazy. Yeah, she's a jealous bitch. Yeah, whatever. But it's the ones when they say it seemingly to care for you. When it's a quiet, gentle, seemingly compassionate admonishment, those are the ones to look out for, because those are the ones that get in your head. Miranda, I wish you wouldn't swear so much. It's not very professional. I'm not trying to be professional the way that they've experienced professional. There's a million other leadership coaches and management coaches and indoctrinated people out there. I'm not one of them. I'm not trying to be one of them. But do you know how long I tried to speak professionally and unauthentically? Trying to be this version of the leader coach that I thought I was supposed to be? That was not what made me great. What made me great was that I was comfortable with who I was. I was authentic in it. I was confident that I had this or that I had that. I may have not been confident in this area, but I was in that one. I knew if I listened to the patients, if I actually cared for the patients, if I actually showed up for the patients, that they would come back and they would bring their friends. And I didn't even care about all that in the moment. I cared about the person that was sitting in front of me. I cared about the staff member that was next to me. I cared about the colleague that I was doing some learning with. I cared about the auditor that was coming to check on the clinical research data that I had gathered that day or that month or whatever project I was working on. Right? I knew that my sales went through the roof when it wasn't really sales. It was, hey, this is what you're wanting. These are the resources that are available. This is the one that pairs the most with what you're trying to do. It wasn't even sales then. But my numbers skyrocketed because I was taking the resources available and partnering with what they wanted. So they didn't feel sold to. But because of what they wanted, because of what they loved, because I knew that my providers or myself or technical skills were up to par, that I could recommend such a treatment, device, procedure, premium, whatever it was, I knew I could recommend that to them. Conversion rates, retention rates, referral rates, all went through the roof. But it wasn't because I was trying to be professional. It was because I showed up. It was because I actually listened to what they had to say. It was because I actually cared. And so putting on your white coat, that might be exactly what you desire. And if that's the thing, then that's amazing. And let's embrace that. And let's really find the place for you to really do that. And let's craft your practice around that. Let's really get creative and play with where that is exactly the thing for you. Speaking of research, maybe that's exactly the thing for you. Whatever your thing is, let's own it. The thing that you're not supposed to be is exactly the thing you're supposed to be. So yes, I swear, no, I may not seem as A, B, C, D, outline, this, that, as some of the other people that you've seen or worked with. And I'm real. And I won't work with someone that's not. Because if you're going to walk me through some outlined, exactly mass-produced program, thought process, idea, I don't want it. I'm not that. That might work for some people, but that's not me. And that's not what I'm trying to do or be or help you with. I want to show up for you uniquely as you and help you develop your dream practice. Because there's somebody out there looking for you, doing it your way. The way that I looked for that healthcare provider every 2-3 weeks, so sick as a kid as I was, countless times in my life. When if they had listened, thought about the resources that were available, actually paid attention. There's no reason I was that old. There was no reason that struggle was there. There was no reason other than I was frustrated enough to come and do this with you and to support you being the provider that you want to be and developing and leading the practice of your dreams. It may not seem that amazing to you. It might just seem like the duh thing to you. And that is the brilliance. That is the brilliant new era. You and your ideas, your practice, your dreams, you are the ones that are worth it.